This episode of Grab a Bite is brought to you by Awesome Hands Catering.
Hi and welcome to Grab a Bite. I am your host, Natty Royal, and today here with me, I will give you the government name, Edghill Thomas, better known as, so many names. We have Magadan, we have Maximus Prime, and now MX Prime.
Yes. Don't forget Maximus Dan too.
Welcome.
Good to be here, Natty.
How are you?
I'm alright. Just under the radar, relaxing, chilling, grabbing a meal at some point in time.
Yes, we're going to grab a bite today. Hello. So what's up? Talk to me. What's been going on?
In the 27 years I've been doing this, what has been going on? Ooh, a lot. A roller coaster ride. Totally enjoyed it. It was a bit, adventurous at times, scary. Sometimes I feel like you don't want to be doing entertainment anymore, but the general love for it always conquers the fact that, there will be ups and downs, just like in life. So when you have a career, this is for the young people and the experienced people. When you have a career, there's a lot of twists and turns. And as long as you try to expand, you won't expire.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I want to go way back. How
far back you talking?
You just said 27 years.
Yeah.
I won't tell you my age, but it's close to 27.
My gosh. well then you nice. You want to worry about 27 is a good year.
So where did your love for music start?
Music?
Yeah, give us some insight.
My love for entertainment started at a very young age, let's say around 4 or 5, when I saw Michael Jackson, right?
Yes.
I think every kid growing up in the 80s would have loved to be Michael Jackson at some point in time, particularly with the flashy clothes, the beautiful vocals, the dancing.
Yes.
And, just creating family-like music. You could see the elders dance to the music, sing to the music. So, I was drawn towards Michael Jackson and his talent. But the very first song that I heard that I felt that I wanted to do music was a song called The Show from Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, and the Get Fresh crew. That was way back in the day. Back in the day, we used to break dance as well.
Yes.
So, when I heard that record, and that was a hip hop record, when I heard that record, I said, wow, something about this just attracted me to music. And then, from then on, I used to go to Sunday school and Sabbath school.
Right.
And you can't go to Sunday school and not sing a hymn, not sing a song. Right? You can't sit down and just let everybody else sing a hymn and the Sunday school teacher is saying, sing!
Yeah.
So when you open your mouth and you actually sing, they realize, wow, you have a beautiful voice for a kid. And at that time, I used to sing all the girls under the table because my voice was pretty strong and had a lot of range. So as high as they could go, I used to go with them, and a beautiful lady who's no longer here by the name of Monica Porter. That's when I went to Sabbath school. So Sunday school on a Sunday, Sabbath school on a Saturday. And she basically encouraged me a lot, even, in my 20s when she was going down in age and started having a little sickness and illness. When she came back to Trinidad, she would always ask for me, and I would go and sit down with her and talk for a little while. And I used to feel like that 11-year-old kid all over again because she just used to, that motherly love, respect to my mom, but, Miss Monica Porter, she did things for all of us who knew her, that would encourage us and inspire us. So she always saw my talent for music, also for a little bit of skit acting and stuff like that. So I had a pretty adventurous youth when it comes to creative expression.
All right. And Your first genre of music and hitting studios.
Well, no disrespect to the culture, but back in the day when you see Ninja Man on top of a stage, you know, it's about, pick up this saddle, let me ready to run. When you see that, and you see Shabba and Super Cat and these type of artists, no, I have a kind of rugged exterior. Yeah. That is my design. Okay. That's my DNA, I can't fight that. You know, when people say, hey, I find a look, you have a kind of beast face, you have a kind of, I say, blame my parents for that. I'm not responsible for that, right? But my whole rugged exterior and vibration come from, I like music that have a particular bounce and grit, right? I can sing pretty songs, right? Even if it's pretty, it would be a little bit gritty, you know? I ain't no pretty boy, right? So I always used to gravitate towards music that have a dark type of energy, but also kind of hard-hitting. So even if it's a positive song, it has to have something about it. That's why the Bounty Killers and these type of artists, I gravitate towards the Shabba, the Ninja Man, you know, the Capleton, these type of artists. So at let's say around maybe 12 or 13, I always knew that I would have experimented with reggae and dancehall music.
Right, okay.
I had no sort of, you know, attraction towards the calypso and the soca as much, but I always used to listen to the Mighty Shadow because he was a standout individual. The Black Stallion because he was a standout individual. Uncle Austin Lyons because he was a standout individual. So people who have that kind of aura and presence, right? I would take note of them quite early. You know, people like, you know, Lord Kitchener. I used to walk down Frederick Street when I used to go to Diego Martin Junior Secondary and see the Royal Lion with his cane in his hand, you know, with his hat on, full suit, sun hot, right? Everybody wearing normal t-shirt and this man in a full suit, and I say, Uncle Lion, him, how you doing, son? You know, and he would have that kind of distinguished type of look and feature and vibes. So I always used to gravitate to, you know, people and music and things creatively that I would never forget.
Right.
So, you know, that is where my whole vibration came from. And then later on, around 16, 17, I got the opportunity to record at the Caribbean Sound Basin. And Shell Shock was the person who interviewed me, right? Shell Shock, you know, God rest his soul, one of the greatest producers in the Caribbean. You know, he was one of the leading producers in that old Kiskadee Caravan time, you know, with all those big songs back in the day. And a 17-year-old working with the likes of Shell Shock, you know, was, for me, that was a great opportunity and an opportunity that I didn't want to waste. So he looked at me and he said, "Youth, sing one song." And as I am getting ready to go into the first verse, he said, "Stop, sing another." I look at him like, wow, this man didn't even want to hear what I have to say. And as I was going into say, "Stop, sing a third," I sang something else that more kind of melodious, and he said, "You know what? We'll call you back." I said, "You ain't gonna call me back. This audition was too quick." He said, "Trust me when I say I calling you back, I'm calling you back." And sure enough, probably about 3 weeks after, I was called.
Okay.
So that's when my recording career started, you know, at this renowned studio, the Caribbean Sound Basin. They're some of the best in the world. Used to come to Trinidad and record there. So I got my feet wet in a 5-star establishment, which many artists did not, you know. So when I met KMC, it was there. General Grant, all these other artists, it was there.
Okay.
You know, And I learned from being around these, because I was the youngest person there. And I learned from them and, you know, took pattern from many of them, like performance-wise, lyrics-wise. You can learn from anybody.
Yes.
You know, you take a piece, and you form your own vibration. So I started back in 1996 recording professionally.
Right. At that time, you would have been known my MAGA.
Yeah. At that time,
Was it that you were MAGA?
Yeah. My dad is 73 years old and he's still a twig. He would be the smallest man in this room here.
Wow.
And he used to run marathons for 30 years or so.
Okay.
So he's like a twig. And all my other like siblings, my sisters, and they're skinny.
Right.
I'm the only one who gets size because mama a little bit ticky, and taller.
Well, I have a few questions to you. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a foodie are you?
I love food. I live for food. How much am I? 11.
What is your favorite meal to prepare?
Favorite meal to prepare? It's really easy, It's mashed potatoes and tuna. Mix it up.
Okay, what?
Mashed potatoes and tuna, right?
I've
never tried that.
No,
Right.
I've never heard of that combination.
Yeah,
when
you have a kid, you have to try different things, and you have children, right?
Well, one,
Right. Well, one makes you qualify, right? You have to try different things.
You can send me the recipe. I'm willing to try it.
Right? And if you want, you can just a little bit of cheese on top, right? And tastes good. Once you season up everything properly, add in a little bit of pimento peppers if it is you wanted a little bit. Yeah.
I will be trying. And what is your foodie guilty pleasure?
Explain.
All right. So what is that one food that you will always gravitate towards, regardless of mood, that cheap food, or it doesn't really, just that one food that you can't help but go to whenever you have a craving. Yeah.
Well, it used to be mac and cheese.
Okay.
But I had to cool it with that.
Oh, what is it now?
Nothing can take that place. When you can't get where you want to, you'll be like, nah, I don't want nothing else.
All right, so we're at X Prime and we'll be right back. Hi, and welcome back to Grab a Bite. And on you today, we're going to grab a bite courtesy Awesome Hands Catering. Awesome Hands Catering, they're located at Thompson Street in Gasparillo. And I even had to ask if he's ready.
Grab a bite!
Alright, so today we have jerk and barbecue shrimp kebab. Oh yeah, I love shrimp. I love shrimp. Jerk and barbecue shrimp kebab, cinnamon plantain rolls, and shark bites. Where you starting? Where are you?
I think I'm gonna go with the shrimp.
The kebab.
Yes.
Cheers.
Kebab. So you hurt me,
Which one? This is your jerk. Again, you kick the spice. This is the jerk.
This is our vibe.
Ooh.
This is our vibe.
Nice and simple, well seasoned. If you know how I have a thing for seasoning now, I love to taste food. I love to taste the seasoning down to the bone. I mean, the shrimp and with the bone, but
Careful.
you have the jerk as well. Stop it.
Careful. No, this thing tasting good. I like these spices and I like the little burnt taste as well now.
We're gonna try the barbecue. Has a little bit of barbecue sauce in it. He has no behavior.
Yeah, this is my favorite. So far, so good.
The sauce makes it better.
Jinx. Yeah, sauce.
Awesome Hands Catering, guys.
You go ahead and talk. I will be chilling.
Located at Thompson Street in Gasparillo.
Well done.
We go in here. Shark or cinnamon plantain? Cinnamon plantain. I love cinnamon. I love plantain. So this is a perfect combination for me.
So these plantains are rolled up quite nicely.
Yeah, in balls. I'll try. I'm going to try this at the plantain with the shark. You have no behavior.
Don't be laughing with them balls in your mouth. Interesting taste.
I love this, the touch of cinnamon.
Yes.
I really love cinnamon.
Cinnamon is good for you.
And it is good for you, yeah.
Surprisingly good. Very nice.
All right, so thanks to Awesome Hands Catering.
Well done. Thank you for the meal.
You know the usual thing. We cannot damage. And we'll be right back, guys. Welcome back, and
Still cleaning my teeth, people.
Ep16 here. That bite was nice. All right, so talk to me. You're invited to Sesame Street with Elmo and the gang and asked to perform. Tell us how you will remix your 2017 road march hit Full Extreme for the younger audience.
That's a screwball there, truly, man.
Sorry.
Elmo.
And the gang, Sesame Street, yeah, they sing Full Extreme for a younger audience.
No, really and truly, Elmo cool, but I rather line with Oscar.
Ah, that is your...
You know, because Oscar will tell everybody, spam!
You changed it, but alright, so you Oscar and them.
And Oscar might be able to sing the duet too, because he have a kind of rough type of voice.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know, boy. I don't know how to remix that with them, you know. I think the Full Extreme is a song that has universal quality.
Right.
And I think however you portray it, people will accept it because the music was done with a lot of fun and good vibe and feeling within it.
Right.
The melody and everything. It's just a matter they may say, you know, Sesame could burn down.
Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Could burn.
Yeah. Or the fix-it store, the fix-it shop, could burn down. Right? So they will say, because remember they have all these things on Sesame Street.
Yeah.
The trash can, you understand? Where Big Bob this live. I don't know where he is live. Only a boat. You know. There are different things you could do with it, man. But Sesame Street, you bring back a nice throwback there because a lot of kids don't really know what Sesame Street.
And it's changed now. I prefer the old one.
Well, we would. You know, these youths now, you know, they have to make it palatable for what is happening now. But Sesame Street, a whole classic. Very nice. I don't know how we're gonna remix it, but maybe Louise and his wife, what's her name? Maria.
Oh,
they might be able to fix it. Because them like to fix things.
All right, so we're moving on to a segment called Dish Quiz, where you'll tell me what's your preference between two meals. Yeah?
Yeah.
Fried bacon sausage or sada and plantain?
Sada and plantain, because
oh gosh.
Can't give me no sausage, man. Can't give me no. I'm not eating that. No, because I don't eat meat.
Okay,
Right?
alright.
So don't take it the wrong way, people. There's a PG show. Right? I don't eat meat, so
Alright, okay.
no sausage for me.
Alright. Okra and rice or chicken pilau?
When no meat, so okra and
Okra
rice.
rice, okay. Crab and dumplings or provision and saltfish?
I love both. But if I have to choose, provision and saltfish because it's my son's favorite dish from since baby.
Wow.
That man love that more than anything else. You could put pizza here, love pizza. You could put provision and saltfish.
You going for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Potato salad or coleslaw?
I haven't had potato salad in a long while.
I was there for a while.
But I'll go with coleslaw.
Coleslaw, alright. Macaroni pie or lasagna?
Macaroni pie.
Alright, you think
Lasagna a little bit more expensive. Yeah, baby, that'll be economical. Lasagna has a lot of different cheeses and stuff like that. I know my thing, you know. I know my thing.
Well, from mac and cheese to lasagna, alright. You like pepper? A little bit. Alright, would you prefer hot pepper or pepper sauce?
Pepper sauce.
Alright. Lime juice or Moby?
Moby.
Alright.
Because of the cloves and the different stuff in it, which have a lot of health properties.
Yes.
Good for your gums and all them kind of different things. Yeah.
And finally, wine or beer?
Wine.
Alright.
Wine.
Why you answer like that?
Yeah, wine good. Red wine, a little red wine good for the heart.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, wine. When you're on sometimes you're on a flight and, you know, the flight attendants will say, what do you want? You know, what beverage you want? You want you know, whatever. I say, red wine.
Alright.
Yeah. Red wine, is it? Yeah, white wine too, but you know, a red wine better than a white wine.
And you're both red, alright. There you go.
Telling me.
We'll be right back, guys. Welcome back to Grab a Bite, here with Mr. Edgehill Thomas.
Yours truly.
All right, so what's been going on recently and what can we look forward to in the future?
Well, for the last 15 years or so, maybe more, 15 years.
I don't want to say recently, but go ahead.
Yeah, because I could date it. After the World Cup in 06, I felt a particular way in terms of what I could do creatively and what I was not doing. I'll say this. When you're young girl, because we're still young, you think you're invincible, you try different things, you make mistakes, you learn from them, you bounce back, you know, and you move ahead. There's also that time in your life where it's not about money, it's not about fame, it's about the love for what you do, right? And you see the world as your playground. You see things as endless and limitless. But when you start getting a little bit older and more experienced, and you go through your trials and tribulations, your experiences, you realize that, hey, there are things that you must choose, right, in order to preserve or to conserve or to be able to make it, you know, not to the end because there's no end, right? You know, you just keep going as far as you can. I felt that I needed to get back to doing music the way I wanted to do music and not just what people expect from you. Because I'm the type of person that, you know, people tell you, you're boasting or you're bragging about it. I said, no, I'm just telling you about myself. I follow the stat sheet when it comes to creativity, just like Myron, right? He can act, right? He can write, he can produce, right? He does marketing, he does all kind of different things. So he fills up a lot of blocks on the stat sheet. He doesn't do one thing well. He does numerous things well. And when individuals can do numerous things well, some of us see that as a blessing, some of us see that as a threat, right? And for me, I didn't want to hide my skills or bury my skills because you, and when I say you, I don't mean you personally, just drawing a reference, are accustomed to seeing me doing this one thing, and you want to see me do this one thing till I wither away and go. That's not for me. That's what you perceive of me. What I want for me is different. So I wanted to do things the way I set out to do things back in the day when I was 15, 16, 17. Just be creative. Don't worry about if it's going to win you a popularity contest, if you're going to go viral on Instagram, if you're going to get hired, if you're going to be this, if you're going to win awards. You just be you. Right? I can't be you, right? Better than you. Right? You ought to be the best version of yourself every day you wake up, and God give you life, health, and strength. For me, it's about knowing what you have inside and applying it and sharing it with the world, right? So I decided that I always love music production. I used to be in the studio asking questions to producers, and they're looking at me like, bro, you just here to sing.
Oh.
You know, like, come on, man.
You come to sing, so just sing.
Or some of them will be like, they realize that you have an ear for music. You're asking them what type of equipment you're using, this, that. They don't really have to produce you because you're telling them, okay, now I'm going to do the harmonies. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do that. You need to fix this part of the song here. Or I would come and I would give ideas to the producer. And they would look at me and say, you know, that's a damn good idea. Okay, let's explore it. So the few people who allowed me to have a view realized that I had a producer's brain, right, in an artist, right? But an artist is a producer, right? It's just a matter of how much you dive into that particular space. So for me, I wanted to actually make music. Sit down from scratch, choose the tones, choose the drum patterns, you know, arrange it, write, record, mix, and possibly learn to master. And that is not going to be an overnight thing. That is going to be years of trial and error, right? Of bouncing your ideas off of, you know, experienced professionals who are going to say, listen, you need to develop a sound, right? You need to invest in proper equipment. You need to watch certain tutorials on YouTube. You need to define what you're selling, because at the end of the day, you're selling something. Who's your market? Where's your trajectory? And I had to figure out all these things, you know, with a couple of people at my side. You know, I would like to thank Keatson Cruikshank, you know, a good friend of mine, who said to me, next time you come to the studio, bring your computer. Because I think you can produce. And he gave me a program called Reason, and I started from there. And then I spoke to Johan Seaton, everybody knows Madman Johan, right? From the Cell Construction days to Mad Men, and now Ultimate Rejects, right? He has been giving me advice, equipment, you know, putting me onto a lot of things. Up till last night, we were speaking about installing particular software, because we speak about music every day. Some people speak about music only when it's time to do music. We speak about music. Look at this tutorial. Look at this new piece of software coming out, right? So that we will be not ahead of the game, you know, because you'll never really be ahead of the game. They're always creating something for you to follow, right? But just be abreast of what is happening. And that is what led me down to produce Welcome to the Carnival with Kerwin Dubois. Most people don't know I produced that record, right? Everybody feeling right. Welcome to the Carnival. Everybody feeling right. Yeah, I produced that record. I did the beat for Full Extreme. Right? Most people don't even know records before that. You know, Hectic, all these different type of tracks I produced. Mad City, all them songs, you know. I did all those songs, and that has made me feel more accomplished than, you know, the shows that I've done with a mic in my hand running up and down, because some people only believe they could be a star where the spotlight is. We are all stars in our divisions and departments and whatever assignments we are given. You have to learn to be a star in your role,
Right.
rather than coveting the person who's in the spotlight. So I could move from the limelight or the spotlight to the backlight and not be offended, not be insecure of where I am at.
Right.
When people are not sure of themselves, and we all are insecure from time to time.
Yes, we
Right? We are human beings. But if you can reassure yourself, I am who I am. I am strong, right? I am brilliant. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to discipline myself. I'm going to motivate myself. Ain't nobody can stop you.
Yeah.
And your gestation period is different from another person. So it may take 9 months for a human being to bring forth another life. It takes 2 years for an elephant. 2 years. So everybody is different.
Yeah.
Things don't happen. That bite, that meal that we just had there, right? If it was something simple like mac and cheese, it would have been finished in a few minutes. But because it's shrimp, it's this, it's that, it's a wide array of food, it would take some time.
Yeah.
And it has to be presented in a particular way, not just thrown on a plate. It has to be presented a particular way in order for you to feel like this thing that I'm eating has a prestige. Right? We are running a prestigious brand. Everything we're doing here has a prestige. Means that it must be rated at a high level. And if you are rating yourself at a high level, then you need to do the work necessary to be at that high level and to be respected at that high level. And when I speak like this, people say, oh, here this guy, probably he's, toting. It's not like that. I'm a passionate individual.
Right.
I wear my heart on my sleeve and I make no apology for that. Right? But I represent those who think that they can't do something.
Right.
I am a product of that. When people look at me, they don't see much. And I am cool with that because I want you to think that there's not much going on. I don't crave the spotlight. I like Frank Lucas, another gangster. But he said, the loudest guy in the room have nothing to offer.
Yep.
Right? Just be quiet, do your stuff in the background, and emerge with something. Emerge with a product. Emerge with a style. Emerge with a flair. Emerge with a personality. Emerge with something to share that is of value.
Right.
So that's me 24/7. I have a little kicks in between, as you could tell. But when it's time to get serious, you realize how the segment changed from kicks to serious thing. And this part of me, right, needs to be heard. Because at the end of the day, we don't know who out there trying to commit some kind of crime right now. They have nowhere to turn to. Right? They're feeling like they're lost. They're feeling like they're so different that nobody understands. And there's so many young people that growing up in homes that they're just different. They're blessed to be different. They're born to make a difference and they just don't know what avenue to take. And they feel like because they're not winning the popularity race, that they don't factor and they don't matter. So my goal is to always take my time and get things done. Put in the work. When people ask me, you getting ready for the carnival? I say, no, I'm getting ready for music. I don't have to wait for Monday and Tuesday.
Season,
I put on music every day of the week. I'm not putting on Monday and Tuesday music. I put on 7 days of the week music, monthly music, yearly music, everyday music for the everyday person. I appreciate the carnival. I appreciate the festival. We have got marvelous opportunities to travel the world, right? To earn a living, to take care of our families, to export the culture, right? And we give God praise and thanks and for everybody who's involved, from promoters to DJs, to all these people for the opportunity. But as for me, I am much more than what meets the eye. Don't put me in the same category with everybody. Because I don't roll like that. Yeah. And the other thing I want to add, you see how I sound assured of myself? Don't let that be a problem to anybody. People need to start identifying and telling people who they are
Yeah.
when given the opportunity. And I'm walking around and trying to tell you, everybody who I meet, this is a platform here, we're having a discussion, and people have not seen me for a while.
Yes.
So
haven't.
I have to explain, just to let people know, right? Don't feel no way.
All right, so
My throat dry already, so.
so I mean, well, a lot of music to look forward to in that sense, and
Yep.
yeah,
I
I
also
am
do,
looking forward.
yeah, I'm also not cutting here. I also do voiceovers. The other day I started experimenting with film scoring.
Okay.
So scoring is actually looking at scenes and creating music for the scene.
Oh,
So as a next
there's
thing,
something there, right?
yeah, all these lovely pieces of music you hear in a film,
Right.
It's called scoring, right? There's a producer sits down, watches the scene, and creates music to match the mood. So if it's a romantic scene, they play romantic music.
They create
They create the music.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing that as well.
Oh.
So from being that guy on top of a stage that jumping up to adding all these things, it could only be a blessing. It could only be a blessing.
All right.
So check me. I'm a one-stop shop. Must plug my brand.
Thank you so much. You've enlightened me and educated me as well. And like it's just said, a lot of people haven't seen it for a while, including myself, and it was really nice. Only quite back 2000, what, 2, 3?
Yeah.
That's what I would have.
Yeah.
That's like 20 plus years
I
ago.
look good with me.
So it was really nice having you.
Same here, my dear. Nice seeing you.
Yes, man.
Cheeks are the smile, man.
MX Prime, Edgel Thomas.
Yes, and this was Grab a Bite.
All right, I am your host, Nati Royal. Thanks for viewing.
Digitize and monetize with iEnt Live, the only platform that provides complete digital support for entertainers, promoters, businesses, and entrepreneurs. Leverage our one-stop digital ecosystem that will allow you to promote your music, sell albums, and host paid events, host webinars and sell courses, promote your concerts, sell tickets and live stream events, and market your business or project to generate new customer leads, traffic, and more. This is all supported by our homegrown AI-driven digital marketing infrastructure that has successfully served hundreds of clients around the world. To learn more, send us a message or call 765-4641.